Now, this special guest we've got on today probably doesn't need the biggest introduction, but we're going to give it.
Please.
We have the one and only Gretel Killeen. Now, Gretel Killeen has had her feet in so many pies, right, Scott?
Her feet or her fingers?
Fingers.
Feet.
Her feet.
Gretel's got great feet and she needs to be known for it.
It actually sounds fun, though.
Feet in a pie.
A warm pie. No,
Yeah.
30 books you're the
Yeah.
author of.
Yeah.
You're known all over Australia for the reality TV and other TV and journalism. You're now the host of the Traitors Australia,
Yeah.
which is huge. We know you from when we were on The Amazing Race with you.
Celebrity edition.
Yeah. I never
And
know
some
how to
ring-ins.
add that in. We were going, you did the amazing race. I'm like, celebrity edition.
Yeah.
And now, the biggest one, you're on the Luke and Sassy Scott podcast.
Oh,
I know.
my goodness.
I've made it. I've put my feet firmly in that pie, and look where I've come to.
So that's us trying to explain who you are, but tell us, who are you and what do you do?
Well, there's the who you are work-wise, and then there's the who you are in real life.
Yeah.
So work-wise, people probably think I'm quite outspoken because Big Brother, like even when I got that gig all those years ago in the early 2000s, there weren't many, if any, women hosting TV shows by themselves. And I remember when I was asked to audition for it, I thought, there's no way in the world I'll get that. I was 38 at the time. And I thought, no one that old is on television, no woman. And no woman was hosting shows by herself. So I think that kind of started this notion that I was outspoken and really confident. But the real me is that I'm just the same as everybody else. I work in this industry where it's really good. If you don't mind, I won't say to have your feet in a lot of pies. I just say it's really important to do a whole lot of different things in your life because sometimes the air deflates out of one side of your career and you need to pick up another. The other part is, just in describing myself, I really think life is about every possible experience you can have. And so for me, the real me is just like everybody else, curious, scared, perhaps a little more adventurous than some people. And I'm very hungry to experience what life on earth is.
Your curiosity, though, I think isn't the same as others. I think the dial is right up. And Luke and I will share an observation we made about you and also a life lesson.
Oh, good.
You taught us something so much about how to go about life, especially in this
Before we
industry.
even get into that, and you can see that through you on TV, and we got to witness it when we were on The Amazing Race Celebrity Edition together. So with your lens and how you view the world and people, and you are able to, what I see, call out lies and bullshit very easily, what was your impression on us?
Of you two.
And has it changed?
I felt envious of your relationship, to be honest, because you really express how you feel about each other. You seem to, and I've seen you under some pretty intense circumstances, and you blurt it out and then get on with your day. For my generation and the culture that I come from, that wasn't the way to navigate things. A lot of suppression, and that leads to resentment and a whole lot of other things. So my first point was envious. I mean, do you remember when we had to paint faces?
Yeah.
In Sri Lanka?
In Sri Lanka.
That
And
was tough.
Can I just say, that's the
one
day
of
we
our
thought
worst
we were
days.
going home. So I
Did
said,
you?
bullshit, I'm not going to bite my tongue with Scott anymore. I'm just going to give them what they want. Let's fight. Like in my head, thinking we're just going to go home.
It was just
Diabolical.
And I paint, so I'm an artist, so I'm enjoying painting this. I'm painting Epiphany, who's just got my daughter. So she's got the look on her face, go faster. But I'm too meticulous. I wanted to make it all right. And I could hear in the background while I'm really concentrating, yeah, fucking that night. And my
You were
only
really
thought
fighting.
was, oh, look at how open and honest they are with each other. Because I'd seen you reconcile afterward. You don't even reconcile, you just get on with
Yeah,
it.
you've hosted a lot of shows. You've been involved in so many over the years. What was it about Traitors that made you go, that's my next one? This is part of my evolution.
Yeah, it was a really interesting part that I imagined how I would like to play the role as host. And when I was asked to do it, I love the concept, but I wanted to be able to do it differently. And the people I was working with said, okay, we're open to your ideas. And I'd created this scrapbook where I gave this fictitious character, this host who looks like me, but it's like the naughty bad side of me.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, really fun. Really fun. So I gave her this fictitious backstory and former husbands and wives and where she'd lived and what had happened to her parents who'd mysteriously died, and when she was learning to drive at 5 and people die in car accidents or whatever, like these terrible things. She's got loads of buckets of money, and the butler is her best friend, and he's this old, doddery, drunk man that we found in New Zealand who's absolutely, he's not really like that, he's wonderful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is the guy I've been writing about.
So
the town drunk.
To me, it was the idea that here's an adventure to be had.
Okay.
And in that particular one, it was bringing all of the things that I love, imagination, creativity, and working as a team. What can we build together? And they said, yes, we're happy to go with that. And I loved it. So that's why we said yes.
So the show, The Traitors, is all about deception.
Yeah.
Gretel, how good are you at picking out a liar?
Oh, if it's someone that I'm keen on, hopeless.
Oh.
Absolutely hopeless.
That's your red flag.
Yeah. I'm just really bad at it because the signs will be there and I choose to ignore them. But if it's like a builder or a handyman, I really notice them. and I also feel like there's this voice in my head that says, please don't be lying, please don't be lying, please don't be lying, because I don't want to. I want them to be telling me the truth.
What you want them to be.
Yeah, I really want them to do that. But because I listen, and because of our creative sides, lack of a better word, I don't even know it, you're getting all of these messages all the time. So if someone's lying in front of you, you see the inconsistencies and you've remembered the last story they've told and why are you using that tone of voice and why are you looking away? And it's a little bit distressing because I want everyone to be wholesome and truthful.
And we clocked something when we were away with you, when we were on The Amazing Race, that
we were fascinated. So let me, if it hasn't come across yet, we watched Gretel Killeen as, you weren't Big Brother, you were mother. Right? That's what I really think the role was. You were mother. There wasn't a Big Brother, I find, in that house. And you were the voice of the nation's biggest show for so long. We idolized you, and then we were thrown onto a show with you. And Luke and I would go back to the room because we were around people that we idolized, grew up watching for so many years.
It was quite overwhelming.
Yeah.
And we would come back to our room and we would go, oh my God, did you hear this with that person? Or I was talking to them about this today. And Gretel said hi to me this morning. Like, kind of like, right? Like, well, she didn't say hi today. Fuck her, right? Like, and there was this one moment where Luke and I clocked that you never allow people to make a statement without backing it up.
Oh.
And it's one of the greatest things we've learned in this industry, in our short time in it. But you don't let people say something without context, without maybe proof, without more.
And it's what you hear all the time is to listen to understand. And there's no one else. Like you hear it all the time, but we clocked it with you that you've got the skill that you actually do listen to understand.
Like I would say something, you'd go, tell me more about that. And I'd be like, fuck, she's making me really hold my own here.
Yeah, when
I
you
need to
say
tell her
that,
more.
what do you actually mean by that? Like these questions were and you get so much more out of people.
Well,
and if I said something that I didn't really believe in and you go, tell me more about that, I'm like fuck off, Gretel.
Back it up. And it was a privilege to watch you as the person you are, just do that in just general conversation. This was when the cameras were off, when we'd sit around like going, oh my God, I can't believe we just did that today. And when we all were able to connect more. And it was just so fascinating to watch your curiosity. And you said it before that you have that, like that's who you are, but yours was so dialed up that it was curious to know more about what people are saying and doing. So that's why I think you would be incredible at Traitors.
Oh, thank you. It's interesting that you say that, but to me, that's a really logical thing. I don't like sweeping statements when, if someone says, I say, oh, how long till something, and someone say, oh, not long. That means nothing to me. Even phrases like, oh, he had good sex. Like, I actually want to know.
What's good?
Yeah, like what? Oh, out of 10. Like, I want it. Like, I want a national scale of this. This is adequate. This is uninteresting. This is whatever. This is par excellence. Like, can we all agree these are the standards? Because it's like also when horrible people might say, oh, that's why they pay me the big bucks. You know how you hear people saying
What
things
are big
like
bucks?
that. I've said it to someone. So how much money are you actually talking about? Because your big bucks might be my peanuts.
Correct.
And why are you doing that, I guess, is the other thing. Like, who's going to feel good about you earning big bucks? Nobody, because it's too dominating and it makes everyone else small. So, yeah, I do. I've tried to learn, but not on a mission. I just want to go the next level.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Because it angers me when people give waffle to each other. Like, if you actually observe a lot of conversations, you'd edit it out of life because they're so dull and so unproductive. And like people who only have 5 responses, or where'd you go? Oh, we had.
It was amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
But you're like me. It's that I don't want to hear the good bits. I want to hear the really bad bits.
Get to it, yeah.
Tell me all the crappy bits.
Yes.
Oh, you had a lovely lunch. Really? Like, I want to know. But what was the waiter like? What was the food like?
And I learned that when you ask somebody how they are, they say, fine, or I'm good. I'm like, really? And so when people ask me how I am, I go, oh, my shower was cold this morning and now I've got a fucking headache and I haven't had my coffee yet or my breakthrough. And people go, whoa.
Oh, that's
I'm
pretty
you
funny.
You asked me how I am. I'm really going to tell you.
Yeah, that's
And it really throws people. But I think there's got to be subject to it. There's got to be a weight to it. Like, that's a real question.
What's
you ask
the
me how I am,
reason?
I'm going to tell you.
You are a great communicator. Bringing it back to the Traitors, was it frustrating to see some contestants that maybe weren't great communicators?
Oh, sometimes I got grumpy with people. It wasn't because they weren't great communicators, but because of the character I was playing. You're immersed in that. It wasn't objective. I'm having the experience as well. Come on, lift your game, try it. I feel like saying, didn't you see that look in their eye? Didn't you see the way they lifted their glass?
Right.
But of course, they were observing in their own way. Some people are hopeless.
Just not through your lens.
Not through my lens. Everybody in it is surprisingly fabulous.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
Could you see things in the contestants that other contestants didn't pick up on? Like, you were frustrated that, how did you not see that, or catch someone out on a lie?
Of course, I was so involved in it. I got frustrated when people would see things that weren't there.
Oh, that would be me.
Yeah.
I'd pick up on something that isn't part of it.
Yeah,
And you fixated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and I can do that too. So I just think it's such a great production. We had this whole fanciful element. The cast is terrific. They just really knew how to participate and how to play and be vulnerable with it.
Is it something Luke and I could ever go on, do you think?
You couldn't both go on it together. Oh, maybe you could. I mean, you'd just
Be against each other. I mean, he would.
Well, do you know each other well, though?
I'd be able to read him straight away.
Would you?
Damn it. Yeah.
And would you be able to read
I'd be
Luke?
so submissive towards him. No.
I'd be like,
Luke-
you look at me like that, I'm going to turn everyone against you.
Yeah.
Do you remember how Scott was doing that secret mission earlier? He's
He
never
would
done that before.
have
I've never
everyone
seen him do
turned
that
against
before.
me like that.
Oh, really? And you'd have no... And you see,
And I'd
I'd
buckle.
believe him. I'd believe Luke because
Yes.
he seems... I mean, compared to you, and it is a big
I'm aware of
force. You're a big force. But you seem so sensible and logical, but I didn't realise
be
it
the
because he's
game.
Machiavellian, isn't he?
Yeah,
Manipulating the whole thing.
Yes. Correct.
I think you'd have a hoot. People would be scared of you both being in together because they'd assume there was an alliance of
working
some
together.
sort. Little do they
Whereas
know.
what they need to know is he's going to get rid of me at the first opportunity.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
a
I'd have to
tricky
beat
man
Scott.
you
Yes.
are.
I know. I'd have you help though, Gretel.
Yeah.
Let's work together. We'll take each other to the final.
Yeah. Except I'm the host, so I don't need to.
So talking about TV production now as compared to TV production, let's say at the start of your career, what's something you miss from the start of your career?
When I first started, in the 80s, it was wild. Most television we did was live. And live television is just a brilliant thing. And you were allowed to just do your thing.
Yeah, okay.
I used to be in a pantomime on the Ray Martin show, which I wrote them. Other people started writing them after it was established. And Ray played my husband. And that we used to go on overtime in that every Friday by 10, 15 minutes. Not always, but we just had license. Okay, well, we'll just move the other shows around and we'll just run this until, because we'd be laughing so much and the audience was laughing so much we couldn't say our lines.
Sure.
And that wildness and that absolute faith in the fact that people know what they're doing on television, the hosts, the participants, that now it can feel in some shows, not in ours, but sometimes I think they want to massage the shape and the outcome, which I can understand, but it's about controlling things. The beauty of actual wild...
Letting to see where it goes.
And dealing with that because it puts you on your toes. And also most humans, in my mind I'm thinking, except for some I've dated, but most humans are surprisingly fabulous in their own way if you give them their space. So I think it's that. And I see this the ramifications of this in society in general, that how to behave, don't do that. Let's just freewheel a bit and everybody be who you are. I think
that's a good one, actually. How do you go with a contestant that you wouldn't normally ever get on well with in life? You don't, like someone that you don't really see yourself
or a co-host, or I like
you don't really like them. How do you then remind yourself that you still have to give them time and respect? Is there ever a time where you questioned that or you thought you weren't paying the right respect to someone?
Not that comes to mind. I mean, there could be many people that accuse me of not doing that. I think, no, it's more socially, because when you're working professionally, you know, and
the job is.
That's the job. And people are there for a reason. What is the reason? Find it and navigate that. No, it's more socially when you hear people's political views, for example. Like, how do I stay friends with this person with these extremist views or those things?
These are my problems today. These are my big problems in today's world.
Yeah. Have you got an answer?
No, I'm searching for it.
Yeah.
There's people that are really, really close to me who have, I think if they think that way, then that means we can't be in the same room together.
Yeah.
Our values are just so different.
Yeah.
But I'm now going, am I willing to cut a relationship with a person whose values are different to mine?
Yeah.
That's what I'm really stuck with.
It's really interesting, isn't it? Because they might have other values that are really important to you.
Yeah.
So do we
turn a blind eye on some?
Or do you have that discussion that, look, I beg to differ, I feel differently about this? I think that's really important. So, yes, it's much more in a social field than professionally. You know, I think we're encouraged in life to think that anybody can do anything. And we know some people are aspiring to fame. That's because they don't know what it's like not to have any privacy.
Sure.
And it doesn't bring happiness to people, of course. So I think we're just in a time of how special some people are. We're all special, but that it's important. Everybody can't do what everybody else can do. And I guess this gets to that point of say the complexity of your thoughts, because then I can see really who you are. You're not just a cookie cutter who's giving me, I'm fine and I went here, I went to Tuscany or whatever. Tell me who you are, because then I can value you as a unique individual and I can see that. But if you present yourself without any pointy bits or cutting edges, I'm not talking about you, Scotty. You know, if you present yourself as cookie cutter, you can't be surprised when people treat you like that. Yeah. So there's a bit of bravery required in that sense.
Well, going on that then, with contestants going on reality TV shows, do you think people are going into it with a different mindset to maybe early Big Brother, like knowing what fame is, they're maybe a little bit more open to showing who they are? They didn't know what they were going to get out of it. So my question more so being, do you feel the pool of people applying to be contestants on a reality TV show now are a certain type of person rather than a vast...
Do you know, I don't know because I'm not in the room when the casting occurs. And also I don't want to be disrespectful to people
That are trying.
who are putting themselves out there. I mean, in the very, very beginning of Big Brother, you got to remember too, there was no YouTube. I think emails had just been invented kind of world. Yeah. So nobody knew what it was like, the impact of it, unless you'd gone and lived in England.
Yeah, right.
When the show came out. That was the only way people knew what it was. So the people who went in the very beginning were answering an ad or whatever. It was very adventurous. And I don't want to dismiss anyone as that type because
I will.
Yeah, but having said that, you can't really do that if you're not wanting to be dismissed yourself.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's the walk the talk. So who are you dismissing?
I think it has changed a lot. But that's just based on different generations now, or what we've gone through with industry and entertainment. The people that were probably applying for, call it reality TV shows, were, I believe, probably there for a human social experiment. Like, oh my God, I'm going to give this thing a try. But this is who I am as a person. This show isn't going to define me. I think that's what they probably believed. Now I do believe people are probably most likely getting involved in these, call it social experiments, for self-worth, gain, making that a part of their identity versus it being the other side of the coin.
Yeah, maybe that is so. I hope not, because it's not all positive being on. And remember too, we use this notion of reality television. It's a very broad brush.
Yeah.
No, like really, if you've got Survivor at one end and MAFS, for example,
Yes.
they're not at all the same kind of people, but it is the same category. So
That's true.
I don't know. I think sometimes there are really great role models that can rise in reality television. I think the subjects that we end up talking about can be really interesting. Like, is that right? Is it wrong? Far more so. We're far more likely to talk about a reality television show in terms of what we support and whatever than politics often, because we're allowed to have an opinion here, but we're scared of having an opinion there. So no, I'm unlike you, and it surprises me that you're so judgmental. But no, I don't want to do that. And also, I've got to know quite a few of the people,
Of course.
over all of this time. And they're good eggs.
Coming into Traitors, what's something we should really look out for and look forward to?
Our series is funny.
Okay.
It's quirky. Reese described it as camp, which I think it is. There are so many things, the locations, the missions. People are really surprising. You think they're not observing something and they are. Like, there's a surprise around every corner. Sometimes when you think, oh, it's like a game show on television, but it's so much more complex and surprising than that. And ours is funny.
Okay.
Because of this mysterious land we created.
And the cast, did they surprise you? Were they all very unique to one another? Did you find that they were a collective and actually quite similar? Or have we got players in there that are so polar opposites to one another?
Really surprising players.
Okay.
Like people I would have thought, you're going to be out. Or you're so benign, no
I'm
one's
like,
going to
who did
notice
she
you.
think are going to be out? But they
And
lasted really well.
The other one that's really hilarious is how absolutely, and I'm guilty of this too, and I'm absolutely sure people are that they're right, and they couldn't be more wrong.
Yeah, okay.
But also, and we've all done this, you find evidence to prove your theory. This happened, then think, oh, well, actually, that is the outcome, but it's wrong. So seeing those justifications, and also I feel for people because, as we know with The Amazing Race, like when you're not in control of everything in life, it's quite scary, isn't it?
Yep. Is it scary? I actually enjoyed it.
Did you? Of course
I
you
actually
did.
enjoy it because I feel I managed shit to the minute. So
Right.
when I didn't know what was going on, I was like, what an adventure. How good is this? The not knowing.
Did you love doing Amazing Race?
Loved.
And what about you?
Yeah, I loved it too.
Yeah. If you were asked to do it again, would you do it?
Yes.
And would you be more competitive? Like what?
I would never do it with anyone other than Luke.
Yeah.
Even though, we kind of like have problems with each other so much. I learned that there's probably not many people that I could operate as who I truly am in those heated environments and moments that would allow me to truly be me.
Yeah.
Right? If I spoke to my husband or anybody else the way I did, or a friend, they'd be like, I'm fucking out of here. Luke's like, I know this is Scott, so I like we just keep moving. He allows me to be me, and I allowed him to be who he is. So I wouldn't do it with anybody else. And I think we'd have to just go in with no game plan the same way we did last time. Just got to can't be the last team. That's all it was. Just can't be the last team at the
And
back.
what about you? Do you think the same?
I think the same. I really enjoyed it in the end. You learnt a lot about yourself, but also what we found lucky for us is that we'd been working together for about 3 years. So we really knew each other's strengths and what to play into, or even on a production side of things, I knew what they'd probably potentially use in the future in a certain clip. So I'd egg Scott on, or I'd stop Scott before I knew he was going to do something that we would regret.
I think that is fantastic.
Gretel Killeen, thank you.
It's great.
Honour to have you on our show.
Thank you.
Like you, as I said before, mother of television, I would say, for me.
And
here
I
in
love
Australia.
the decor. Thank you. A bit of an issue with the purple jumper.
I wanted to bring back the Amazing Ray.
Trauma attached to it.
Trauma's here.
Triggering.
How the fuck's Gretel and Epiphany ahead of us? Because we're like stomping down
In
an
every
mountain.
interview, we're like, they're going to win. They're going to win. You can't stop them.
But wasn't that interesting too? Just that you couldn't predict what anybody was going to do or how they were going to, and that it was such a metaphor for life.
And I want to talk about the prediction I could never have predicted. At the start, I found it harder to connect with you, but I think that was just over time. You have to get to know some people. Some people give a lot of themselves, some people don't. And I want to share this. The night Gretel and Epiphany left the race and were leaving, and I came out into the foyer of the hotel where we were staying, and I cried when you went, because you just had this incredible, I had an opinion of you, and then I got to know you, and I was so in awe of who you are as a person.
Oh, that's so
I
nice.
adored and appreciated the time you gave us.
Thank you. It's a really interesting thing too in that scenario, because there are a lot of big personalities and that can happen anywhere in life. And even though I have a big personality, I get smaller, and when there are big personalities. And so it makes me aware when I'm with other people too, that there's somebody there who's quiet at the moment, but like with your little boys, one talks all the time and he doesn't give the other one space necessarily.
Yep.
And I'm not saying it. It's just if people are quiet, they're just checking it out.
Yes.
Give them the space, give them the moment, and then they'll ask for a banana or whatever. But all of it is life lessons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'd better go, because
Thank you,
otherwise
Gretel.
we'll be here forever.
We could do it. I think we're going to get you back.
And we're so
I love
lucky
that.
you're in our lives now.
Yeah,
I
thanks,
feel the
Gretel.
same way.
Thank you so much.
And hello, everybody watching, wherever that is. Hello.
Thank you.
Luke and Sassy.
Scott.
So Luke and I think it's really important that when you go to somebody's house, you say, thanks for having us. So we would like to say a big thank you to the Wurundjeri, Woi Wurrung and Bunurong peoples of the Southeastern Kulin Nation, the land on which this podcast is recorded on.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.